is happening? Welcome to episode 2 of Peace Under Pressure, where every week we just want to talk about handling the pressure of life, fitness, marriage, weddings, business, work. Everything in life is just pressure, and we need to choose peace. We want peace. I think we can all agree that if we had a choice to be happy, joyful, peaceful over sad, angry, stressed, I think we would choose to be joyful, to be happy. I think that's obvious. So, to this week, this episode, I want to talk about results and are we getting them? Are we achieving our goals? And I believe that starts up here. So maybe we aren't getting the results that we think we should get. So we're going to start with a story where this kid goes up to his grandpa, Cherokee Indians, and the kid goes up to the big chief, his grandpa, and is genuinely curious. I want to contribute more. I want better results. I'm looking to get more out of this life. So, but every day is a battle of I know I shouldn't eat this ice cream, but I want it. And that battle of what do I do? You know, there's a battle. So his grandpa stops him right there and he tells him there's two wolves inside of each of us, constantly in a battle. Does that sound familiar? Yes. Always in a battle. One is a light wolf and one is a dark wolf. And in this dark wolf, this is our ego, this is our fears, our laziness, our envy of others, our greed, our doubt, the lies, the excuses. It is where regret hangs out. This is the wolf whispering in your ear, you'll never make it. You'll never get that promotion. You don't deserve that. Who do you think you are? Why would anybody love you? Sounds like a bad wolf. But then we have this light wolf, luckily, that is combative to this dark wolf, and they're always in fight. This wolf is our faith, our peace, our joy, the pride that we get, the confidence we build, the hope in tomorrow. But I think most importantly, this wolf is our discipline. Because with discipline, anything is possible. With discipline, we build faith. With discipline, we find peace. With discipline, there's pride in knowing that we sacrifice today for the better results tomorrow. And the kid is like, okay, I have these two wolves, obviously. That's what I come to you for, Grandpa. You're the wise one here, but you just told me what I told you. I have this battle every day of, oh, I want to get in bed, but I need to scroll Facebook, or I need to get out of bed, but I want to scroll Facebook. I want this sugar, I want this cheesecake, I want this processed foods when I know I should eat a steak and potatoes. So which one wins, Grandpa? Which one wins? How do I know which one wins? My grandpa says, it's easy, it's a choice, and it's up to you. The one that's going to win is the one that we feed. The one that we feed. I love that. Here's a little science fact for you about the one that we feed. It takes 3 positive thoughts to combat 1 negative. That's tough. Why would we want to think one negative thought? Why make that choice? Why be mad? Why be doubtful? Why lie? Why have excuses? Why always be a victim whenever we can shift that and we can start feeding this other wolf of discipline, of pride, of confidence that we can do it? Why would we constantly make that choice? I think some people live in the chaos so long they can't see a life outside of it. They can't see a life of not telling people that they're hurt, or they have this excuse on why they stayed up, or they're late, or they always have this excuse and nothing's ever their fault. So that makes life pretty easy, as people will usually be on your side and give you that whenever you come with them, because we're all friends, we want to support. But I would also argue, and this is a different discussion, is that a true friend that's letting you sit there and be a victim whenever they could ask, well, did you get sunlight in the morning to help you sleep? Did you stay off your phone? Did you quit drinking caffeine at a certain time? Why are we not in bed? It's usually our choices that are keeping us up late at night. Which wolf are you feeding? Are you feeding the wolf that says, you don't need sleep tomorrow, you need to know what Susie is doing on Facebook? Or are you feeding the wolf that says, put the phone down, get some sleep, wake up, and get after it tomorrow? You got goals. So we need to set goals, and these can be the wolf too, and this is how we can feed the wolf, is we can set process goals. We can set goals of, I'm gonna get in bed at 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna get up every morning at 5. I didn't say sleep, but we're getting in bed. We're setting this process. You go to bed every night at 5, you'll start falling asleep. Or at 9, you'll start falling asleep. Put these in your mind. Put these problems in your mind. Maybe you don't know how, right now with your schedule, how can I get in bed 8 hours? Maybe you don't know how. But the beautiful thing about the human brain that I've found is it's a problem-solving machine. It will solve that problem. Sit there, no phone, no computer, no TV going, and think about, how am I going to fall asleep for 8 hours? How am I going to get 8 hours in bed? Really think about that. Your mind's going to wander, bring it back. Maybe it's just saying over and over and over, how am I going to fall asleep at night? But what we're doing is we're putting that in our subconscious, and your brain will figure it out. If it's truly what you want to be fit, and you know that 8 hours in bed a night will get you there, we have to shape the right questions for our brain. Shaping the wrong things is saying, I don't have time, I work too much, my schedule's crazy, these people don't get it, no one will ever understand, they don't have kids, they don't have a full-time job. Everybody's heart is hard. Everybody's heart is different. What they've done is they've asked themselves the right questions. So instead of saying that, they're asking, what can I do? What small thing can I do today that will get me in bed? They might not come up with the answer right then when they're asking, but their brain is seeing that problem, and it wants to solve that problem. And it will solve that problem if you truly want to. So we're feeding the wolf of discipline that's going to give us faith that these sacrifices are going to pay off in the long run. They always do. That delayed gratification is how we get things that we truly want. It always works. I say it so much. Hard work pays off. It always pays off. So if you don't know how you're going to make it work, put it in your mind. I'm going to challenge you to 3 things. If your goals are fitness, this is what I do, and I know these 3 things will change your fitness goals. Let's say you want to add 15 pounds of muscle. Let's say you want to have 6-pack abs. Let's say you want to drop 10 pounds this month. These three things are going to be the keys to your success. If you do these three things and you hammer these down and you win this month, I promise you will make it. So the first thing, this is what we've been talking about. This is getting sleep. Sleep is the mecca of recovery. If you set a bedtime and a wake time, and that's 8 hours, 7 to 9, sweet spot's 8, your whole life will change. You will get fitter, you will lose weight, you will feel better, you will be smarter, you will have better brain activity throughout the day. So you're not just going to perform better at workouts, you're going to have more willpower. You're going to do better at work. You're going to be more productive, you're going to be happier, you're going to be joyful. So 8 hours in bed a night with no screens, do that and watch your whole life take off. And then we're going to add 2 more things because I know you can do it. We're going to go to 4 CrossFit classes a week if you're a CrossFit. If not, you're going to exercise 4 times. 4 times in a week. That's nothing. 4 hours a week. Put that in your brain. How can I make it to class? Figure out a schedule. You can make this happen. It is worth it. And then third, we're going to 80% of the time, we're going to eat whole foods. Just 80% of the time. That's going to be the toughest one. But it's easy if you think about it. What is a whole food? A steak is a whole food. There is no ingredients in a steak. An apple. Vegetables are whole foods. I want whole foods 80% of the time. We're going to do these three things this week. And we're going to focus on feeding that wolf of those processes. How do we make these 3 things happen? How do we stay disciplined? How do we have faith that these 3 habits are going to build me the results that I want in a few months from now? We're going to stack weeks upon weeks. Once we get 4, we get a month. Once we got 3 months, you get once we get 3 months, you get a CrossFit Fiend Committed Club shirt that says I work for this. But on top of that, I want to hear how your life has changed because I know that you're working better, you're smarter, you're learning more, you're happier, you're joyful, your relationships are going to pay off better. Everything in your life is going to change by setting those 3 habits and taking your health and your mind and making it sharper every day. If you can only do one of those things, I say focus on the sleep. Get a bedtime and a wake time in your life. If you need help with waking up in the morning, I'm going to challenge you to find your purpose. Something that drives you to get them feet on the floor and get up and get better. So, 3 things. We're getting 8 hours in bed. We're eating 80% of whole foods, and we are working out 4 times a week. If we can only do one of those, we're getting 8 hours in bed. We're going to feed that light wolf because what we feed wins. One good way to feed that wolf is a gratitude list. Gratitude puts your mind in a spot, just like figuring out the right questions, to see better things in life. Every day when I wake up, I like to thank God for the sun. I like to thank Him for another day. I like to thank Him for the challenges that are going to come my way in that day that are going to shape me to be the person that I'm meant to be. Those challenges have become something I look forward to, and that's why I can be happy all week, even when things are crazy. Last week, I had a crazy week. 2 people fell through the roof in one day. Mike's dad gets surgery. We don't know why. All these things. And what do I come out with it with? I got to coach more. I had to adjust my schedule on the fly. I got to be a better business owner and be there for my members, be there for my coaches, be there for Steve who fell through the roof. So those challenges shape me into understanding that I have more control than I think. Those are positive things out of a crazy week. Had a flat tire. Okay, I also understood how blessed I am to have Heather work for me, so her car's there. I can take my tire off, drive it up there. They put a new one on, we get it back in. Another blessing is Steve's tools in there made it easy to get on and off. With a crazy week, you can find positivity. You just gotta look for it. That gratitude does it. One big thing for me is I like to thank God for making me human. He could have made me an ant. He could have made me a tree. He could have made me anything, but he made me human. And then not just that, he made me me. He could have made me you. He could have made me Heather. He could have made me anybody. But he made me me exactly. Then he's going to mold me with these challenges. So every day, at worst, think the universe, if it's not God, if it's God, if it's Jesus, whoever you need to thank them for making you you. Because you're special, you have purpose, you have meaning, and you just need to find it, and you need to get after it. Feed the light wolf, stay rad, make it a good week.